Hail and welcome! My name is Sierra Cassidy and I am a Canadian smut author here to educate and entertain smut writers and readers. Today we're talking about author takeovers and spotlights on Facebook. Some of these terms may have different meanings and contexts outside of Facebook, so for the purposes of this video, everything I talk about is exclusive to that platform. Some information will be repeated between this video and the others in the series, simply to ensure that all of the videos are fully informed in case you choose to watch only one of them. If you're a smut author and you're not already on Facebook, I highly recommend that you make yourself an account for your pen name and hop on board. The reader groups there are filled with thousands of voracious readers just waiting to get their paws on your stories, and today I'll be breaking down the ways in which those reader groups will help you highlight your work for their members. I'm going to be talking about takeovers and spotlights together because they are functionally quite similar, and a lot of things like what to expect and how to get involved are going to be the same. What is an author takeover? An author takeover is when you quote-unquote take over a reader group. You're granted mod powers and you're essentially in charge of pitching yourself and interacting with the readers for a set amount of time. What you choose to promote is up to you as long as it falls within the confines of the group's focus and rules. What is an author spotlight? A spotlight is very similar to a takeover. Some groups use the terms interchangeably, but for those that don't, you're going to run into a different set of rules for spotlights. The host group will likely provide specific instructions for whether you'll have yourself as an author spotlighted, or if the spotlight will focus around a singular book. It's not a free-for-all in the way that a takeover might be, and is likely to have a much more narrow scope. How to get your own takeover or spotlight. You have to apply for these in the host group. Groups that host takeovers and spotlights will have a sign-up form available, and if you can't find that, you can always message the mods or admin of the group for further direction. What to post during a takeover or spotlight. Many groups will have very specific instructions that you need to follow. This can include certain times within your slot each type of post must go up, certain types of graphics, and certain types of general posts that must be included. Some examples of post requirements are introductions, including how your work is relevant to the host group, excerpts, often with a specified length and what must be censored, games to get people engaged. Some groups will require you to post multiple games, and if you're short on space for book promos, you can tailor the games to individual books so you're fulfilling the requirement without sacrificing promotion opportunities. Giveaways to encourage participation. Some groups require these to be physical items or gift cards, so please be sure to double check this information if physical items are not something you have available or if they're not something you can afford at this time. Spoiler threads where people can discuss the book that is in focus. If specific instructions are not provided, you can model your posts after what you would do for a party. If you're not sure what that is, check out the first episode on the Facebook for Smut Author series for more information because it's a lot to go over again. Things to consider with takeovers and spotlights. Some host groups are incredibly strict with their procedures for these events. If you don't follow the rules, have to cancel at the last minute, or you miss your slot, you may no longer be considered for future events in that group. Please do your research beforehand. Are you going to receive mod power for your event? If you're not, then you need to make sure you are on the ball and present during it so that you're posting on time. In the cases where I don't have mod power, I like to set an excessive amount of alarms on my phone so that I don't lose track of time and miss any posts. Some groups require you to post from a profile, not a page, so if that's all you have, you need to watch out for those requirements. Some groups also will not allow PAs to post on your behalf. Many groups do takeovers and spotlights on a first-come, first-serve basis, so you need to plan ahead. Additionally, some may have requirements that a book be out for a specified amount of time, and as such would not be applicable for a new release. Save any information you are given in regards to your event in an easily accessible document, and refer to it often when you are preparing your posts and making plans to ensure that you're following all of the rules. What to expect during a takeover or spotlight. Your experience during a takeover or spotlight will be very similar to the experience during a party. You'll put up all of your posts, or just be present to make sure they go up properly if you've pre-scheduled, and then you'll interact with everyone that interacts with you. Once your takeover or spotlight has elapsed, you'll close out your giveaways in the next 24 to 48 hours. If you were granted mod powers, you must also remove yourself as a moderator in the group if they haven't done that for you already. To do this, you'll want to go to the Members tab of the group. You'll see yourself at the very top, then you just have to click the 3 dots and then click Remove as a Moderator. A reminder that if you are given mod powers, do not use them for anything except pre-scheduling your posts. Do not approve posts, member requests, or anything else your mod powers allow you to do. During a takeover, you're going to do things like introduce yourself as a writer, promote select books, or all of your books depending on the focus of the group and how much time you have, offer up games and giveaways to encourage interaction, and let all of those readers know where to find you once the takeover is over. Are these events worth it? This entirely depends on who you talk to and what quote-unquote worth it means to you. It's also going to depend on the host group, how many members they have, how active and engaged those members are, and if you have what they want. I have found takeovers and spotlights to be much higher effort than a party or a hop, especially because you are the only one holding down the fort, and you often have a much larger time slot to fill, which generally means a lot more posts. However, the benefit comes from being the sole focus in a group of avid readers. Quite often, the groups will pause approval on any other posts during your event, so that the only thing their members are seeing is you. Whether or not you choose to participate in these events is entirely up to how much time and energy you want to commit. That's all for now. I hope this video was helpful. You can find all of my books and platforms in the description below. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, please do let me know. And if you would like early access to these videos, you can join my Patreon, where I share them with people as soon as they're ready to roll. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon for another episode. Bye!